Jessica. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to our kitchen, and this is the Half Pint Sous. Today we are making a Persian spaghetti, which is not that much different from regular spaghetti except for the spices that you use, but it is complete with a crispy brown bottom called Tahdig, which is how you pronounce it in Farsi. It gets crispy, crunchy. The flavor with the spices that you add
have crunchy?
Huh? It's gonna be crunchy.
It's
gonna be absolutely delicious. Are you ready?
Yes, so delicious.
Oh, so delicious. Your fork and stir.
Yeah.
Yep, we have 1.5 pounds of ground beef.
Ground beef.
We'll brown it just for a little bit. Okay. Then we're gonna add about a cup. It's okay. About a cup of onions, diced onions. Pour that in, and then make sure, it's okay. It's okay. Shake it and then get your fork and stir that in. Are you getting it anywhere close to the pot? Here, stir. Stir that in. Let the onions cook for a minute, and then we'll add the tomatoes. Add in a large can of crushed tomato. Pour in there.
Oopsie.
Okay, get your fork. Stir that in. We're not going to cook this nearly as long as I do my normal spaghetti, which I would normally add water and cook it for a really long time. For this one, we add not very much water at all, if any, and we only cook it for about 30 minutes. 2 teaspoons of Arabic 7 spices, which you can get at any Middle Eastern store, and it has like allspice and coriander. That's cumin, yeah, and pepper. If you don't have it or can't find it, you can find recipes for Arabic 7 spices on Pinterest. So dump that in there. There's 2 teaspoons of Arabic 7 spice. We have, what's that one? Do you know what that? Okay, we have, which one do you want to do?
This one.
This one, okay. That's cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, which trust me, I know sounds weird, but it tastes so good. Dump that in. That's a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric.
Cumin.
1 teaspoon of cumin.
Go.
Stir that all in. Okay, so now we're gonna let that simmer on medium-low heat for about 30 minutes.
I think Daddy will love this.
Yes, Daddy is gonna love it. And in the meantime, I always use a really thin pasta, either angel hair or vermicelli.
That's enough.
So our noodles are cooking. The pasta, I also added a teaspoon of salt, which is optional. I like my food pretty on the saltier side, so I would definitely don't add it at first and then taste, and if you want salt, then add a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so we've added maybe like a teaspoon of olive oil. Now I want you to give me just a couple of little shakes of turmeric. Good job.
That's enough?
That's enough. We're going to turn the heat on. Here, let me turn the heat on. Okay. Now let that heat up. And we're going to swirl the pot around till we might use a whisk to get it all across the bottom. Don't want the oil to be scorching because you don't want to burn the noodles when you put them in.
No.
Take a whisk and spread that around the bottom so it's all across the bottom. You don't want to add too much oil because you don't want it to be greasy. You want it just to be able to crisp the bottom of those noodles. So spread that around the whole bottom. When it gets hot enough, it'll spread easily. Now what we're going to do, here watch. Now that it's covering the whole bottom and it's nice and yellow, we're going to grab 1 scoop of noodles. Ooh, they're hot.
Yeah, they're hot.
That on the bottom. It's gonna sizzle some, but there you go. Put it in the pot and then spread that around so it's spread all across the bottom. Now we have 1 layer of noodles, we're gonna add a layer of sauce. So scoop this in.
I want to do it. I want to do it.
Okay, easy. Add a layer of sauce. Do another one. And then we're gonna spread that kind of flat. There we go. Now spread it flat. There you go. Now we have that layer of sauce, and we're gonna add more noodles on top of that. So scoop that out. Can you get it? Add that on top. Get some more. We're gonna do another layer.
More.
Yep, more
sauce.
Noodles. More noodles. We're gonna keep repeating that process.
I did it.
Okay, so that's our second layer of noodles. Now we're gonna add another layer of sauce. Okay, don't spread yet. Keep adding until you have enough. Okay, so here is the tricky part. You're gonna put the lid on, but you're gonna put it with a towel underneath the lid. Flip it over. Ready? Push it down real hard. Okay, so you're gonna leave that lid on. Leave it on low, low to just a little bit above low for about 30 to 40 minutes. What you're trying to do is get the bottom to be crispy without it burning. Even if when you flip it over, if the bottom is black, it's as long as it pops off of there, it still tastes good, even if it's black. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is take the lid off. Don't touch, it's very hot. Okay, so all of that is steamed in there. It's delicious. You're gonna take a big plate. The key to this is to use a smaller pot to steam it in than what you make the sauce in, because you want it to be able to fit on a plate when you flip it over.
But with
So
some horses on it.
Yes, we are going to take this plate and put it on top of the pot. You're going to place a hand here and grab the handle and flip it over in one swoop. You can kind of bang on the top for a second and literally just pray that it all comes off. You're going to put your hand on the pot. You're going to grab it, flip it. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it comes out. It's crispy and crunchy and hard. It gets a little black on the edges sometimes, so that's totally fine. It's still gonna taste delicious. That's what you want, is to be crispy.
Very good, Mother.